verbalizer, you always make this claim that you know black people that's religious, they something wrong with them. That's
No,
basically your
I make
claim.
that claim too. I
No,
make that claim
not
too, G Money.
necessarily, baby. I used to do the religion too. That's not what I'm
Okay.
meaning at all. But you right. You right. But not
Right,
G Money,
necessarily.
right.
what has Islam
So what I'm
brought black
saying is,
people, sir?
so what I'm saying is that usually when somebody chooses something, I mean, I can understand Christianity. I can understand that makes no sense. But
Right.
when we explain to you what Islam is, and we explain to you that it makes sense, and
Uh-huh.
then what you say, your premise, because I remember talking to you, and I'm saying, you said,
Yes.
where did black woman come from? Well, she came from outer
Right.
space on the planet Sirius, some star up there. I'm like, really? How did she get from up there to down here? Oh, well, then how did the molecular structure change? That was some things you couldn't explain. So what I'm saying is, it seems like us being in religion, you say it's strange. I'm saying your premise is more stranger than that.
Say, man, I mean, you're right. But I have learned, you know, that all organized religion, including Islam or male chauvinist murder cults, and were tools used to enslave black people. And you're right with what you're saying. And perhaps I couldn't explain something at that time because I was learning. But I'm not against Islam. Islam is better for black people than Christianity. But at the same time, it's the Arabs' religion at the end of the day.
Okay.
It's not. It's
First of
not. It's
all,
not. It's not an Arab religion, though.
I know.
That's the thing.
It's
is
a,
Islam better?
when you
How is
quote the
Islam better for
Quran,
black people than
you speak
Christianity?
in Arabic because it teaches them to be courageous. It teaches them to fight back and to be
Uh,
self-sufficient, unlike
okay.
Christianity.
Okay. But but you said something else. You said they speak Arabic, so obviously it wasn't made for them, right?
That's my point. Not
Right.
to shit on the belief, but to prove a point that when you quote the Quran, you're speaking Arabic, not
Mm,
African,
right.
or not Haitian, or not Jamaican, or not African.
Yeah, but just because you speak a different language, that really don't associate yourself with the way of life. And people like to say religion. I say way of life. So just because
Actually,
you speak in a different language, that don't
right.
associate with the way of life. You see what I'm saying?
Actually, actually, it does because we speak English, which isn't our native tongue, and we have picked up their way of life. Same with Arabic, and same with any other language you speak besides your own.
Yeah, but Islam doesn't promote culture, heritage, things like that. It doesn't
Right.
promote
Well, it
that.
should.
So
Well, it should.
to associate ethnicity or heritage or a background or a nation to that, then that's a false claim.
Right. I mean, you're entitled to your belief, brother. Like I said, with all due
That's
respect.
not a belief. That's not a belief.
Okay.
But
Then you're
I just
entitled
told
to
you
your opinion.
this is what it is.
Then you're entitled to your opinion. With all due
That's not
respect,
it's
I'm not here
not
to
an
debate
opinion.
you.
But
Okay.
well, you keep saying it's a belief and an opinion. It's not a
So
belief or
so if
not
it's not a
not an
belief
opinion.
or an opinion,
This
is
is
it a
what it is.
fact? Is it a
Right.
fact?
Right.
What I just said was
Oh, okay, I
Is it
didn't
a
hear what
fact?
you said. Okay.
I said that Islam doesn't associate itself with culture,
Is
heritage,
that
ethnicity, things like this.
Huh.
So as
is
far as the
that
way of life, it doesn't associate itself with that. So you can't. So not so much as
is that
he's
a
Arab, he's
fact?
Muslim, because it is because you have Arab Christians.
It's not
So
a fact.
therefore, being Arab don't make you Muslim. In other words,
Right.
this is what I'm talking
Okay.
Well,
about. But this is
he
what I'm
is
Right.
right
saying is
about that, but
you'll see an Arab person and you'll say, oh,
Mm.
he's Muslim already. It's because he's Arab. And that's why I said Islam does not associate with culture, heritage, nation,
Can you
things
quote the
like this.
Quran right now in that pretty language and tell me what language that is, sir?
What you thought of it, G Money?
It's Arabic.
Right. That's my point. It's not our native tongue. It's theirs. It's the Arabs. It's their
Boy, boy.
mindset, their way of
He
life,
is
their
he is telling
belief.
us.
It seemed like what I just said flew right over your head.
It did.
Well, but okay, but G Money, let
I
me
hear
ask
you.
you a question. Um, Prior to the Arabs, Middle Eastern people,
Hmm.
invading Africa, did
Hmm.
they speak Arab in Africa? Did they speak Arabic? What that language in Africa prior to the
I don't
invasion?
think I don't think
Come on.
so.
Okay, so I mean, so it's not your language, and what I think, and also, why is Mecca and Medina not in Africa? Why is Mecca and Medina in the Middle East?
Well, if you want to get technical, there I say there's really no such thing as the Middle East. But
Uh
I
huh.
mean, this is just where it is. But as far as language goes, yes, the Arabic language is not an African language. Okay,
Okay.
but
Now,
that's what I said. But when you deal with Islam, you're not
hmm
just dealing with the language. You see what I'm saying? That's what I said.
so
It's a way
so
of life.
so the people that built the pyramids, were they
Hmm.
Arabs or were they Black Africans?
Al-Kibalani, yes.
Okay, so they were Black African,
So
correct?
you know the
Yeah.
information, brother. So you know what I'm talking about. What's the problem? I heard
No,
you
I
say
don't know what you're
Al-Quran.
talking.
Oh,
No,
really?
what you're talking about is you're talking about a certain ethnicity or certain nationality, and you're associating that ethnicity and nationality with
Mm,
Islam, and I'm telling you that is wrong.
mm.
Right.
Well,
Okay,
well,
cool,
how is
cool.
he wrong? How is he wrong when the the holy sites are in Arabic lands? The Quran is written in Arabic. The people that invaded
Hmm.
Africa are those that
Hmm.
speak Arabic and are Arabic. The people that had the
Hmm.
longest slave trade in history, not the Christian transatlantic slave trade, it was an Arabic slave trade. They don't look like
Hmm.
people like me and you. So how
Hmm.
is it not regional based? How is it not based on ethnicity and culture? It's not based on African culture. It's not based on African ethnicity. It's based on Arabic shit. So how is he wrong?
Well, because if you look at the word Islam, the definition of the word means to
It
submit,
means
or
peace
something that
to submit.
submits. So now,
Uh-huh.
hold on, let me say this. So now, if you go back all the way to the annals of time,
Hmm.
anyone who submitted to that higher power was
Uh-huh.
into that fold. You see what I'm saying?
Oh
Be you
yeah.
Arabic, African, Jebusite, Hittite, all the, that's what I'm saying. So therefore, it's not specifically associated with the ethnicity
But
or nationality.
do you see how convenient that is? That anybody that believed in a higher power automatically somehow, some way submitted to the will of Allah when you had hundreds of thousands of years before that where people believe in different forms of deities
Hmm.
and stuff like that. Islam is a theistic religion. Islam has nothing to do with Buddha. It has nothing to do with the practice of ancient Rome and Greece. It has nothing to do with the people of the Americas, the Incas, the Mayans, the Olmecs, the Aztecs, the Caribes. I mean, I could go on. There's like 500 tribes. It had nothing to do with them. So how were they submitting to the will of Allah? Make that make sense?
Well, what I'm saying is
Mm,
you had people even before the Prophet Muhammad, so
mm,
you had people even before that submitting, that were different ethnicities, different nationalities, and things like that. So that, I mean, and that's basically what the um the whole thing is about. Whoever
mm,
submits, not according to your nationality or your race or your language, whoever submits, this is what makes
mm,
Islam a brotherhood with different nationalities. That's why when you say, well, no, does Islam talk about killing white people? No, it doesn't. So whoever
mm.
promotes that, this is not an Islamic concept.
But
You see what I'm
Islam
saying?
had no
You see the
problem.
difference?
How was Islam spread? Was it spread through the sword or not? Let's be honest
Uh-oh.
here.
No, no, it's not. It wasn't spread through the
Really?
sword.
See, it
What?
was.
Right.
Oh my
See,
God.
It was not.
see,
Come
see.
on,
Listen,
brother.
Listen,
You're
listen.
unaware.
Let me
You're
break down. Let me break
unaware,
down the
brother.
history. Let me break down the history
You can
lesson for
break
you.
it down. You can't break down
Every
what you don't know.
I'm about to tell you what I know. Every
Mhm.
nation, every nation who was stronger than another nation or another
Mhm.
country, they subdued that nation and country for
Mhm.
whatever reason that they did it. You had the Kemetic people who were in Africa or Alkebalan. What they
Mhm.
did, they fought war against each other,
No, they
and
didn't. No, they
also,
didn't.
and also,
Nonsense.
okay,
Bullshit. But go
really,
ahead.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Hold
really,
on.
really.
Let's
okay. So
Mhm.
tell me this. So tell me this. Who were those
No,
prisoners
it
of
ain't
war?
about Kemet.
Hold on,
It's
hold on, hold
about
on.
Islam.
Let me ask you this. Since you say what I'm saying is bullshit,
Was it
who were those
passed by the
prisoners of
sword or no? It's about that.
no, because
See,
you said what I said was bullshit.
see.
Now you want to try to deflect. I
No,
want to test
no,
you
that's
on this
you
bullshit.
deflecting.
I want to test you on this bullshit I'm talking about. Is it
No,
now?
okay.
You think now, I'll let you bow gracefully if you say, "No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Ego,
Just leave it alone."
ego.
Yo.
If you want to leave it
Right.
alone, we can do that. But if you don't, if you keep on saying I'm talking bullshit, I'll prove to you
You,
that I'm not. So which one
you
do you want to
talking
do?
bullshit. You talking
Okay,
bullshit.
so tell me.
He said
Okay,
he want all the
okay,
smoke.
so do this. So do this. Tell me who are those prisoners of war when the European Caucasian came up on those boats and they came up on the African shores? Who are those prisoners of war that the Africans sold them to? Tell me that.
That don't have anything to do with Kemet,
Okay,
brother.
you can't. So therefore, what I'm saying is not bullshit, and you don't know what the hell you're talking about. So we'll
Right.
move past that. So now,
Okay.
so in other words, so therefore, you always had nations and tribes who were overtaking other nations and tribes. The thing about it was, it was a certain time when Africa was at its peak. This when we had those dynasties. You had 25
You
dynasties.
know what, man? I can't
There was
believe
always
that you would do that, and you even know the information. I can't believe you would do that.
Mhm.
we listen, Grand Verbalizer. We just proved that you don't know what you're talking about.
No,
Can I
you
finish
didn't
this
prove.
first?
I didn't want to say, brother. I don't want to. I don't want to shit
Okay,
on
well,
you.
can I
Okay,
finish what I'm? Okay, well, go ahead. You had your opportunity. You had your opportunity. You
but
seem like you
you
didn't want
didn't
to take it.
hear
You
me.
want to take it
See,
now?
you're not
Okay, you don't.
listening, man. I'm
Okay,
not
so
the
so, so
enemy.
therefore, let me finish what I'm saying. So therefore, you always
All
had
right.
nations and tribes who sought out weaker nations and tribes, and they took them over. I mean, you had the Mongols. You had other people who would take over nations because they had the might and the power to do so.
Mhm.
The Arabs, they were no different. So what I'm saying is,
Right, and,
you
and,
always
and,
have,
when, and when
you
they took
always have
over
this
the tribes in the countries,
Right.
they brought over the
Right.
religion of Islam. Let's just get to the point, sir. And it was spread through
Right.
the
no,
war and the sword. Come on,
Right.
no,
brother.
no, 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 not through the war and through the sword. It was
Oh,
spread by their character. The thing about it was this:
the
in
character.
Islam, if you say,
What?
I'm about to tell you, I'm about to tell you.
See, see.
Let me tell you this. If you are a Muslim and you enslave another person, the last thing you want them to be is a Muslim, because then that means you would have to free them. So therefore, the reason
Uh-huh.
Islam was brought over to Africa, yes, they had no reason to invade Africa. They invaded
Uh-huh.
Africa because they could. I agree with that. That's
And
100%
what
true.
did they bring
But,
with them?
but,
What did they
but to
bring
say,
with them,
hold on,
sir?
hold on, but that's the thing. But to say that they forced Islam on those people, this is a false narrative. They
They
Is that
didn't
did.
right?
force Islam on the people. That's a false
Boy,
narrative.
please. They sure did force it by the sword.
So let me get
This
this
is
shit
so
straight.
that's your opinion. That's
Let's
your
let's
How
opinion.
does
use
that make
logic
you
here.
feel?
That's
You
See?
can
that's
come
your
up. You can
opinion.
come up, Samir. You come up if you want to. Let's use logic here real quick here. So you invade a country, right? Take their natural resources, enslave the people,
Okay. Yeah.
and you don't think the people are gonna want to convert to stop getting their heads chopped off? Dude, there's historical documents about this, bro. It was
That's
spread
right.
through the sword to
It wasn't
murder.
spread through the floor. And I know Dr. Chancellor Williams. I read his
And you
book,
can't
Mhm.
take it. And you
Destruction of
can't tell you read
Destruction
it.
of a Black Civilization.
Can't tell.
Go ahead, Samir. Go ahead. I think she had her hand raised. Islam is a Islam is like any other religion. It got spread through this. Okay,
So
Chancellor
fine.
Williams tells us that. Chancellor Williams tells us that.
Go ahead, Samir.
I got the same book, brother. I got the same book.
I just had
We're not
a
playing.
question about which has, mankind or Muslims on their knees. Is it Muhammad, the Quran, or Islam?
Oh shit. You asking me or you asking G Money?
I was asking G Money.
G
Because there's
Money, don't
nothing
you dare run.
sexier than a man
This
on
is
his
way past my
knees.
mental pay grade. I'm just listening.
Okay, so I'll answer for G Money since you want to answer. Ask a question again because it doesn't take me that long to answer. What was the question?
Right.
Which has men on their knees? Is it Muhammad, the Quran, or Islam?
Uh, I think they all have men on their knees. Now I don't know if you're joking about men on their knees, but
Great
I gotta.
question.
Or
But the
would that
point
be
is,
the Trinity of the Muslims or Mohammedanism or whatever it's called?
look, all we gotta do is listen. All we gotta do is look at Islam today, man. Islam is not a
Right.
religion of peace. Let's just cut
Okay.
back to the point. They are burning and building and burning, killing, and blowing people up in the Middle East. If you talk about their prophet, they want to kill you. There is
Straight up.
nothing peace. And this is 2023. So imagine back then when they were running around on camels and horses with freaking big ass goddamn
It
machetes
was really
and
worse.
swords.
That's
Okay?
right.
Let's just keep it a buck. These people forced their religion onto other people. If you did not convert, you got killed. So of course
Period.
people mass converted. It's the same thing that the Christian did to the Jews in Europe. If you don't convert from Judaism, we will cut your head off. Look at the Spanish Inquisition. They've all done it. They've all done it. There's something to me that is so puzzling about men and women that are otherwise intelligent that will sit there and
That's right.
and idolize a book. Like G Money's holding a Quran right now, if I'm not mistaken, his picture, right? Or is that a phone that he's holding in his hands? Oh, that's a phone. Oh, my bad. I thought it was a Quran. I always thought it was a Quran. But anyways, that will analyze a book and that will use a book based on whatever interpretations that they use from and decide to just do pure evil with it. Like, come on, man. These religions, man, listen. And like I said, I'm surprised he lasted this long, by the way.
Right.
And the most intolerant panels you could go to is these panels of these Islamists. They're very intolerant. They don't want to answer questions. They get super angry.
Mhm.
You know, they want to chop heads off. These are violent people. Like they're
That's right.
violent because their book tells you that they will spread through the sword. So how on earth can somebody who's black who knows the history and then they'll lie and they'll tell you, oh no, it was a choice that
See?
they had. Really? It was through their character. So the nigga who invaded your land, raped your females, burned your
That's
shit
right.
down, killed your sons, you're gonna
Chancellor
follow
Williams.
his character?
That's right.
Come on, fuck out of here with that bullshit, man.
And scared to
this shit.
tell it. Know the information and scared to tell it. See, we
Because
can't
they're
have that.
brainwashed.
That's
They
right.
can't live without religion. They're not fulfilled. It's like some people can't live without drama. I'm perfectly fine without drama. You know what I do? I cut it off. I know when to take it, when to absorb it, when to indulge in it, when to be a part of it, but also know when to get rid of that shit too, by the way. You know what I'm saying? What up, Classy Cal? I know when to not deal with that shit. You know what I'm saying? G Money, is that you, sir? What are we looking
I
at
hope
here?
so. I didn't mean to run old boy off.
Phone
That's
time.
why I didn't say nothing,
Oh,
cool.
your phone
That's why I
died. Your
didn't say
phone died.
nothing.
Yeah. So G Money, why is Islam so violent? Then you got to, oh, it's not the religion, it's the people. No, they're violent. Let's just be honest. Come on now.
It's not violent.
Oh, it's not violent.
Mm,
Oh, okay. It's peaceful. So when
right.
you blow yourself up, that's not violence.
I mean that's not Islam.
Looks like
Okay.
Islam to me.
How is it possible They practice it, they speak it, they believe in it, they choose their own verses from it. Okay, I got a question. Why do people get violent when you put a if you draw a picture of Muhammad or something, why do they get so violent? Why do they want to kill you? Why do they call you a kafir? Why do they want to do a holy war against you, a jihadist war against you? Make that make sense.
As they should.
Wait,
Don't get it twisted.
you know, to have a picture of the prophet is something that is very disdain. It's not like now for people who take
But
action
why
like
is it
that.
disdain? But why is it disdain if I decide to draw
See?
Muhammad? Why
Well,
is that a big
because
deal?
Why does it bother
the
you,
prophet.
nigga? How about that?
Well, let's do this. Let Graham verbalize the answer since he wanted to talk so much. Go ahead, Aaron.
No. I want to know why it bothers you about this
Well,
disdainment you're about to speak on.
I'm trying to answer a question that he asked me.
He's
And
trying to answer. He's trying to answer.
every time I'm talking, you're talking at the same time. So I figure you want to answer for me. So why don't you just go do it?
No, I'm cool, bro. I'll be quiet.
Thank you.
Guys,
So
don't forget to send it. Hold on, I'm gonna put my cash up out here, guys, because let's get paid for this.
the thing about it is the Prophet Muhammad told the people not to
Mhm.
make images of him. And this is what something that Muslims hold dear. So when we see, so if there's someone making an image of him, then
Uh-huh.
people they get out. Sometimes they get out of their mind. Me, I don't. If I see it, I don't go to that point. I mean, I'll speak against it, but I won't go to the point to where I want to kill or want to
By the way,
maim
let
or
me
do
make an
something.
announcement. Let me make an announcement, guys. I have it going down the
Like,
screen. If I don't get CA, I'm gonna start roasting because I'm emotional like that. Uh, send that shit. I'm gonna get mad. I'm just kidding. No, but seriously, show support, please. Because I'm not getting paid this month because I got fucked over $1,100 on this app. Because when you're a host, by the way, and I'm about to let you get right back to Grand Verbalizer, make sure that your agency is not, in trouble. The agency owner, because you end up losing $1,100 like I just did. Okay, that's not cute. I'm just saying. Now I got to go to another agency, but it's all good though. Anyway, yeah. So send the CAs. Yeah, $1,100, just like that, easy, just like that. Agency, defunct, and you lose your money, and it's bullshit, by the way. But that's just how it works. Now, G money, right? Here's how this works, sir. If you guys are so, and you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I used to tread lightly with Muslims, right?
Right.
Because I got some friends that are Muslims.
Right.
Okay.
Got more respect for them. That's right.
But my issue is this. I don't think it's fair that we could question every other religion.
Except y'all's.
We could say whatever we want to say. I've watched. No, I'm not treading lightly no more. By the way, I got a pain in my left finger here. I think you know how. See, that's what happens when you bite your nails. You get that hard pain on the side. That shit hurts like a bitch. I gotta wait for it to mature so I can poke it with a needle or something.
We
But my
question
prayer,
everyone's religion. What was you gonna say, brother?
yeah, no, yeah, I'm getting right to it. So I question everybody. Hangnail, yeah, that shit hurts, man. Like, whew. Anyway, I question everybody's religion. I make fun of everybody's religion. But the minute I get on to the good old Muhammad, it's oh, you're disrespecting the prophet. Did I not make fun of everybody else's religion?
Black people? Yeah.
Well, I make fun of everybody. But my thing is this: if I was to have a picture, let me give you guys an example. There's a French newspaper.
French.
There's satire. There's a satire newspaper, and they had a picture of Muhammad, like a satire cartoon. Well, 2 gunmen went over there and killed a bunch of people. So What do you mean Scientology? Scientology is full of shit too, by the way. Are you kidding me? Okay, we're gonna get into that one a little bit later, because that one is even more cuckoo. The only difference is it's so new, it hasn't murdered and killed and nearly as much as the millions upon millions that Islam and Christianity has done. So they got a
That part.
long way to go. They got a long way to go. But so Grand Verbalizer, why can't I make fun of Muhammad again? And this is a real question.
I never said that. You know, that was
No,
to the brother that.
Not you. Talking about, I meant to say G Money. I meant to say G Money.
Right.
Well, what I'm saying is, I mean, people, they make fun of whoever they want to. It's just that some more emotional. You know, they take it personal. Me, myself, if you made fun, I would find it offensive. But I wouldn't get to the point to where I'd be like, oh, cool and Haitian, I gotta come somewhere and I gotta kill you. And, I mean, but what I'm saying is, you have some people that take it to that level. You see what I'm saying? Like,
but why? But why though?
I'll give you this example. When I was in the nation, when I was in the nation, you said something about Minister Farrakhan. That was your ass, Mr. Postman, because of the love we had for Farrakhan when we was in the nation. So you got some people that uphold certain people to that status to where if you speak against them, you know, they can do something to you. Back in the 60s, you said something against the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, you had problems on your hands. I mean, but that's just people. You know what I'm saying?
Can you give us an example outside of the 60s in today's time where that occurs?
What you mean? When Malcolm
What do I mean?
Malcolm went up against Elijah, there was ministers
I know that.
that wanted his tongue sitting back to headquarters.
Yeah, you can't make this shit up, man. This is how I know religion is full of shit, man. So you mean to tell me you would kill your brother, cut his tongue out of his mouth, and send it back to the headquarters of Chicago? But meanwhile, he was basically exposing the fact that this man was a fucking pedophile, that he was fucking underage girls.
Hey, that's how they felt.
You forgot that part.
Telling you how they felt. I agree with Malcolm. Just telling you how they felt. And I know some brothers that were with Malcolm at the time that told me stories that usually don't nobody know about. But so what I'm saying is, I'm just saying back at the time, that was the atmosphere.
Oh, so you were with the Nation of Islam. You were with the Nation of Islam.
Yeah, I used to be in the nation.
Then G Money, you should be proud of me then, and what I'm talking about, rather than, you know, man, please. I look up to you, and I know, man, please, you should be proud of us, is all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
So, just from my understanding here, real quick here. So, if somebody makes fun of, and this is a real question, because guys, just look it up. Look what happens. Let me tell you something. Muslims will hunt you down around the world if you make fun of their fucking prophet. If you have you guys ever noticed people make fun of Jesus, they make fun of Moses, they make fun of the Jews, blacks, whites, they make fun of Christians. But if they make fun of Muslims, they gotta get protection. Like, so you guys
Black
are
people don't need protection. Black people don't need that. We sure don't. We can make fun of Muslims. It is.
No, this is about. What are you talking about? I'm saying, like, if you make fun of Islam.
A lot of black people are Muslim. A lot of black people follow Islam. And you can kill Sandra Bland, Kareem Gaines, Trayvon, all them people, and no one does anything. But them Muslims in the Middle East, if you even see, they're not black people, is why it matters. So I don't understand why black people.
Oh, I see your question. You're right. So basically, I think what he's saying is, if Islam really was about protecting his people, why aren't they protecting the black Muslims in America that get killed?
That's right. Why
did they retaliate?
You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is those pro-black people that call themselves pro-black can't even protect their own when they bring up this issue. So what I'm saying is, so therefore, you're in a land and you're in a government that's against you by doing that.
But don't
So
you think that
therefore,
Islam itself is against black people, sir?
what's that? No,
No?
like I said, Islam doesn't have anything against nationality, heritage, or culture. It
So
doesn't associate itself with that.
is it condoned to send is it condoned to what you may call it? Is it condoned to what's that word? I forgot the word. To have slaves in Islam? What up, flute? Flute the yeah, is it condemned?
Slavery. No. Yeah. Slavery was Islam was the only one that actually did away with slavery. If you read in
Really?
the Quran, you will see. Yes, you will see if you read in the Quran, you will see that every action that you do, say like if you commit a sin, it tells you want to expiate your sin, free a slave. You want to there's a way you committed adultery, you want to expiate that, free some slaves. So
So
what I'm saying is,
basically, so
the
basically, having
institution.
slaves is an insurance policy against sin. So
No, no, no,
if
no,
I want to
no, no,
commit a bunch of sin, I mean that's what you're saying here. We're just
no.
right?
What I'm saying is that the institution of slavery was even before Islam. The institution of
I
slavery.
don't know, but Islam participated.
I mean, what I'm saying is
It
all the
doesn't make you
people.
less of a Muslim to just tell the truth, brother. It doesn't make you less of a Muslim to just tell the
Let me
truth.
explain. All nations participated in slavery. Now, when Islam came, slavery was already in existence. I mean, when the Prophet Muhammad came, I should say. When the Prophet Muhammad came, it was in existence. So therefore, you can't just come and just say, well, everybody, let your slaves go. You're going to stop being, no. I mean,
Did
what I'm saying,
Jesus have slaves?
you're going to
Did
get
Jesus have
pushback.
slaves? Did Jesus have slaves?
Jesus didn't have an army. He couldn't
Say,
have slaves.
man, I don't. That's my point here. I don't understand how you could be saying this when you read Chancellor Williams, and I'm sure you've read other African scholars. I don't understand how you could be saying this. The only
Because
reason is because you're trying to justify your belief in Islam, and man, you can't do it.
there's not no justification. What I'm
It is.
stating is the fact that, if you was born and they were already practicing homosexuality, and then you came up and you were the voice of reason to say, listen, we need to stop this practice. You can't just stop it with one swift, mighty blow. You have to do it gradually. And this is what Islam did when it comes to slavery. It did it
Right.
gradually. The people were already engulfed in it. You can't just go up and say, stop having these. You're going to get some pushback. So therefore, gradually, it started to eradicate slavery.
So the Prophet
Anybody can
No,
understand.
man, we didn't do that. But man, please, I don't. You must, man.
I know.
God
You really
damn,
don't.
you read Destruction of
I
Black
know
Civilization, and you sitting
right.
up here talking about.
You just say something. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to say something. You've read Destruction of Black Civilization by Chancellor Williams, and you sitting up here talking that shit that I don't understand. And you older than me, and you was there with Malcolm, and you were nah, man. Please, what's wrong?
I wasn't
What's
Malcolm.
wrong?
What the heck you talking about? I said I know people who were there with Malcolm.
Oh, okay, well, you know people who were there with Malcolm. Well, why are you afraid? Well, why are you going against what we're talking about? Why?
Who's afraid? What are you talking
You,
about afraid?
you.
Listen, Grand Verbalizer. Listen, the thing about it is this. The reason why I chose Islam because it makes sense. The stuff you talk about don't make no sense whatsoever. It's the same as Christianity. It makes no sense. That's why I reject it.
I understand. Others don't reject it, but I
But
understand
how
why
can
you
you
reject it.
Follow that same rabbit hole of not making no sense.
I got a question for you though. How can you reject oh, by the way, SMG, coming up here real quick. Coming up here, brother. I gotta talk to you about something. Come up here. I want to
Say,
talk
man, I'm
about
not your
something.
enemy, brother. I'm not your enemy,
No,
but I know.
You good.
Because I'm not saying that you.
Mia. No, you good. SMG. What happened? Oh, interesting. Samarian left as soon as I brought up SMG. SMG. I got a question. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. Say that again.
What the fuck did you say on the last panel? You said we're gonna go get Cool and Haitian first. Is that what you said? Huh? I'm the Cool and Haitian nigga. Oh, that's me. The one that he was ranting about. You said you're gonna go get him first. Who are you gonna come get, sir? Do I fucking know you? Huh? Do I know you?
So look, peep this,
So who are you
right?
gonna go get? Who are you gonna go get?
So look, cool Haitian.
Yeah, who are you gonna go get? Answer the question.
Whatever. Hold on. I don't even like to play these games. So if I said it, right, it probably wasn't you, but it might have been.
No.
Right?
You were on that panel with that fucking trucker that sounded like Kermit the Frog, and you said, "Oh, well, let's go get him first." Who's the him, sir?
So
Do I
listen,
know you?
check this out. I don't give a fuck about none of that, bro.
Right. So who's
I
the
thought
him
you
though?
had something. I thought you had something else to say, bro. Listen, this is
No, I
Bigo,
do,
bro.
bitch. I don't know you, motherfucker. So keep my name out your dick, sucker. You understand?
Shut the
Whole
fuck
ass
up.
nigga.
Man,
Shut the fuck up, bitch. Get the fuck off my panel, pussy. You want to ride cock? Don't ever come on my panel while you riding cock. Don't think I'm not gonna catch your ass. Now let's get back to the bill, bitch ass nigga. Go suck another dick, nigga, on video like you did last time. I don't know you, faggot. Fuck wrong with that nigga. Oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, don't get it twisted. I see it all. I got the eyes in the skies like goddamn Sirius satellite. Don't ever think it's gonna be cool when you can talk shit about me. And oh, by the way, if you fuck with that nigga, I don't fuck with you. Especially when you ain't got no business dealing with that shit. So I block and kick. Next. Now let's continue with the bill.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
No, man, I digress. You know, I don't want it to go left. And like I said, man, you know,
It's
it
not
is what
going
it
left.
is.
We're just questioning the Muslim faith.
We're not verbalizing.
Because the Muslim faith
won't go left. What I'm saying is, it seems like you.
It's not going left.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm saying is, listen, I can answer any question that you have, or if you want to.
You not G money. Come on. Well, Huggy, I'm just questioning religion and all its entirety.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, that's no problem.
I'm asking you a question about.
Mhm.
I'm asking you a question about. Ultra Redeemer has a picture of a Nation of Islam member. Oh, this is interesting. I didn't know he was. Are you from the Nation of Islam? Come on up here, Ultra Redeemer. You're in the queue. Let me bring you up. Hold on. Is that Farrakhan?
Welcome, my brother. How are you doing, my brother? Cool and Haitian. I am not the brother Farrakhan. I am Redeemer Khan, and the brother over here, brother Huggy. It's well to see you as well, my brother. I heard you talking here, brother, and I would like to say I am SNG's friend, but I'm also your friend, brother. So don't put me in the mix in that situation.
I don't know SMG. I don't know him. I thought he was
you
a
don't
cool
know
dude.
him?
I thought he was
He's
a cool dude. I seen him
dude.
around. So what's he doing talking shit about me? You don't even know me.
I just came in here. I didn't know what happened, but I don't want to be involved in it. That is my boy too.
No.
But
It's
I
no
know
issue.
you longer, cool Haitian.
It's
I
no
know
issue.
you.
I just have to explain to him. Here's my thing. If I see Huggy get into a battle with somebody, I don't know Huggy, but I know whatever my issue. I'm not just gonna jump in. Oh fuck that nigga. He a bitch. Nigga talking crazy. You don't even know me. So now that you've gotten to know me, son, I want to make sure your last memory of me is that of a complete asshole. Everything they said to you about me, I'm gonna prove you that I'm a fucking cunt. Because that's just how I roll. I'm an extremist.
But you know what though? I remember when me and you first met, brother a Haitian. We did have a spat at the beginning. We did kind of a little bit because I didn't know who you were, but after a while we got cool because you spit nothing but truth, brother. So I have to agree with that. I have to agree with that, brother. So this brother.
My bad. I got cereal in my mouth. My fault.
It's okay, brother.
I'm uncivilized. I'm uncivilized. But check this out. Oh my God. My horns are showing. No, my horns are always out and they're sharp. So check this out. I argue with everybody. Whew, my bad. I argue with everybody.
Why?
But
Why do you do that?
because I enjoy it. I'll be honest with you.
I know you do. That was guys. I pray y'all understand that
I
I'm
enjoy it.
nowhere near. I'm not mad at his answer because that was brutally honest for him. He told the truth there.
So I enjoy it and I like to fight. But
No. But you know,
that's
if I
it.
may,
You know what I mean?
if I may,
We're gonna get back to the Islam bill, G Money. Don't run. Go ahead.
if I may.
You know, I don't run from nothing.
No, go ahead, Huggy.
Okay, just 20 seconds so we can get back because I do want to hear that Islam bill. But bro, now the confrontation, I always knew you was into that. That's not a problem with me. As long as since we have to deal verbally, you speak, even if you cussing somebody out, no problem, but let them respond, do it. You speak, they shut up. You speak, they shut up. Then it's fair. But the over talking, trying to drown someone out, that's where it gets obtuse and corny. But the fight part, come on, bro. We're on the internet. You can't fight no one here, right? So we got to dumb that down, right? Because we can't fight, right? We can't punch each other in the mouth. You agree with that, right?
Fuck you. Are we gonna fight now? Huh?
No, but we can't. How? How?
Okay. Well, there's things that can be done. But anyway, look. If that's your homeboy, Ultra Redeemer, well, he had my name in
Do
his
you
mouth.
understand me, though?
Yeah. I understand.
Okay. So be
No.
confrontational, but don't say you want to fight nobody because we're on the internet. Your fist can't come through nobody's computer or phone. So that's like whack, All right, but go ahead. Let's get to the Islam bill.
But also,
This should be good.
also, brother Haitian, SPG
you got
don't
this
mean no
internet
harm,
too?
brother. He didn't mean no harm. He thought you was playing with him.
No. Listen. Let him know. That's how I introduce myself to everybody. Now he knows
All
me.
right, I will. All right,
He'll be
brother.
all right. I'll even reset the planet for him. He'll be all right. He looks like a cool dude, but just gotta let him know, I like to talk my shit too. But, just do it while I'm around. Now, back to the Islam. What I like to call the Islamification of otherwise civilized people. Okay? My question to you, G Money, is this. Right?
Yeah.
Why is Islam so violent?
Well,
why is it so violent?
Well, this the thing. In Islam, it teaches you to protect yourself. Okay,
That's
it doesn't
one thing to
say be
protect
the.
yourself, but another thing to want to cut somebody's tongue off because they talk about your leader.
Right. Okay. So what I'm saying is, you have certain people. They take the doctrine and they manipulate it in a way to where, they want to be the aggressor. And Islam speaks against being the aggressor. It tells you don't transgress beyond bounds. Now, to defend yourself, you have every right to defend yourself. This is what the doctrine says. But you may have someone that says they want to take it a step further and they want to be the aggressor. Or they, in order to get justice, you may have somebody strap a bomb around themselves in order to get justice, in order to be heard. They may call themselves Muslims, but the doctrine doesn't promote that. So therefore, they're doing their own thing. And we have to identify when someone's doing their own thing as opposed to what the doctrine says.
I got a question.
So if I put a picture of Muhammad dancing on top of a camel, and half the Muslim world want to kill me, am I the aggressor or the aggressor?
Well, I mean, you may get some feedback.
I love how you speak. So you may get tapped a little bit. Meanwhile, I'm in the pockets coming to my house. Come on now.
I got a question. Who tricked you into making you believe you need a doctrine to defend yourself? Is my question to you.
Didn't nobody trick me into nothing. why I chose Islam, like I told you, is comprehensive. It makes sense. I can understand it.
Why you didn't choose the
That's what I said.
Hebrew Israelites? Why you didn't choose?
Wait a minute, cool. Wait a minute, cool. Like I said, it's understandable. I can understand it. The reason why I'm not following what you say is because it makes no sense. I don't understand it.
But how
Right,
could you
because you didn't understand the question I just asked you. I get it, brother. I get it. It's okay.
I don't think you do.
So let me ask you a question, G-Money. You don't understand these other religions, but you understand Islam, which is spoken and written in Arabic?
Right.
No, I mean, what I'm saying is I understand Christianity because I used to be a Christian, you know, down south, mother, growing up, you got to be a Christian. You know, Israelite, I attended ISUPHK. You know, I went to their schools. I found out about that. You know,
So
even
you're like
you're
like the Seneca of a religion. You hop from religion to religion, like Seneca hops from families to families on Bigo. You're like the Seneca of religion.
No, so did I.
Yeah,
So did I.
he's like a dirty
it's just
infidel.
different experience.
I tried every robe I could find.
When I was in the nation, I was more of a comedic Egyptologist than I was in the nation. But even though I was still in the nation, so therefore, what I'm saying is,
relax with the middle finger. Go ahead, Grandma.
So what I'm saying is, I have a whole plethora of things behind me.
Let
you know,
me know
I don't
when
have
your hands
everything.
hurt you by doing that, sir. Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, I have a whole plethora. I
He's
don't have
hurt.
everything, but I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot of it. So I
Have
can
you
speak
read
on.
Message to the Black Man, brother?
Of course, you had to. Yes.
So why are you still talking about Islam rather than knowledge of self?
Listen, I gave up. Listen, There's so much hypocrisy that was in the nation. The reason I won't even go into the reason why I left, because I don't think that you don't know the things that go on in the nation. You see what I'm saying?
Well,
you just
I do agree.
Like,
Hold on, I do
You
agree.
are considered to be a sympathizer of the nation. You are not a nation individual.
You just like those fanatics of those books. And what I'm saying is the things that go on behind the scenes, you don't know nothing about. So what I'm saying is I'll just leave that for another conversation.
Right.
Now, brother, T, is it that they call those people sympathizers of the nation? The people that don't join the Nation of Islam?
No. I mean, like put it like this, Ultra Redeemer. Like back in the late 80s, early 90s.
Redeemer time right now. Go ahead.
Right. Back in the late 80s, early 90s, you would have had this picture up mimicking Farrakhan, you would have had problems on your hands. You know what I'm saying?
What the fuck?
Yeah, right.
Wait, hold on, brother. Right. Hold on. You said that it would only be the prophet if you made fun of the prophet, brother. I heard what you said earlier.
And that's just deep in I was sunk in. That you couldn't say Farrakhan at that time. But now, 30 years from now, I'm out the nation.
I didn't say Farrakhan, brother. I said Redeemer Khan. That's the difference.
I'm talking about the profile picture, sir. I'm saying
that's my face, brother.
Happening over 30 years ago, you would have had problems because people in the nation, they view Farrakhan as someone who they're going to defend. They're going to defend him at all costs.
Not true at all.
Therefore, you're going to have.
No, now they would have defended they would be defending Elijah Muhammad, but they will not be defending the same way as
flicking him off. It can't be no worse.
Hey, buddy, we're talking about Islam. Are you interested in the conversation of Islam, or you want to sit there and get all emotional because I called you a bitch while you chew on a little Mitchwick stick? Like, you all right? Huh? Listen, all that workout ain't gonna do nothing when I pull up and slap the living shit out of you. You understand me? So just sit back, sir. All right? All right? I don't give two fucks about the muscles. I'll smack the crap out of you with a broomstick. I don't give a fuck. Now just sit back and we're talking about Islam. Relax. Chill out.
Not the
Beat the shit
broomstick,
out you with
cool.
my fist, bro.
Not the broomstick.
Oh God.
Oh, brother.
Don't you got some
But
cardboard
Let's not
boxes
do
to
all
fold?
this, brother.
Cardboard?
Let's get out first.
Nigga, the fuck?
Let's stop
Bitch,
all this.
bitch is a Tesla plant. Do not get this shit twisted.
Okay,
I
don't you
used to
got some
work in the
Elon
cardboard.
buses to fold
I
in the little
used to.
box?
Yeah. This is free money right here. You don't know nothing about it.
You don't know nothing about free
Listen,
or money. You're right. I'm enslaved and
hey,
broke.
who
Sir,
hush, bitch.
let me Elon Musk you right now and put a Tesla in your mouth. Sir, can you be quiet while we go back to the conversation, or no? Do I have to keep you muted? I don't like to mute grown men. I'm not a prison guard. All right, so I'm gonna unmute you, and we're talking about Islam. All right, there we go. Go ahead, G Money.
Yeah.
But
So
go ahead,
so
go ahead.
you would. I'm saying that there are people that's like that. You know what I'm saying? Is I mean, you can tell when you look at Malcolm back in the '60s. There were people that they would go to war. They would die for Elijah Muhammad. The same when it comes to Farrakhan.
But why? My thing is why. Like you don't find that to be kind of weird?
Yes, it is. But what I'm saying is, I was stooped in that. I used to be one of those people until I came to my senses. You see what I'm saying?
But that would show you that the people that join religion normally are not very intelligent. I'm just saying, like, for you to like get offended. So if I put a picture of Muhammad right now, on a camel with his legs all crossed on a camel,
There is no picture of Muhammad, brother.
Well, I'm saying I could just draw it. I mean,
Oh, yeah, you can. I guess you can.
but what are they gonna do? Blow me up now? Like this is crazy.
No, listen, what I'm saying is I would find it offensive. Like I told you, if you did that,
And
I
I'm
would find it
asking you
offensive.
why.
But it would be to the
I'm
point.
asking you why would you find
But
it
that's what I'm
offensive?
saying. That's what I'm saying, cool. It wouldn't be to the point to where I say, well, I got to go find what cool is, and I got to
You
go
don't
do
even
something.
look like you.
It
And
wouldn't
you
be to
offended.
the point. I would find it offensive. I'd be like, yeah, hey, could you please not do that? But I wouldn't be like, well, now cool, I got to go kill you. No, I mean, what I'm saying is you have
Let me ask you a question. Would the Muslim world find it offensive if I had a picture of Jesus and some pom poms and some tutus?
Christians that would find that offensive.
Why would you find it offensive when the image doesn't even look like you?
Well, no, listen, I
My
said you have
question.
some Christians that would find that offensive, not me.
No, I'm talking
I
about
said,
Muslim.
why
The
would you
Muslim.
be offensive to an image that doesn't even look like you?
Oh boy.
Because that is their God, and they cherish their God so much. No one can go and say anything about their prophet or their God because they have nothing left. That is their hopelessness that makes them get in those
Oh, shit.
situations.
Oh shit.
What he said is further from the truth. What I'm saying is that's why, like I said, you have certain people who will take matters into the next level. I'm not one of them. Okay.
Oh, I know.
And
I know
I
that too.
said, how could you be offensive to an image that doesn't look like you?
Grand verbalizer. The thing about it is that having an image that looks like me or does not look like me is irrelevant.
I see some
okay.
man.
The thing that I love is I love the way of life that I follow. And the prophet, he was the one that brought that way of life. So therefore, when you revere someone, you hold them in high regards, and someone ridicules or maims or talks about things like that, yeah, you will feel offensive. Just like if somebody came and talked about Dr. Ben, if somebody came and talked about Ivan Van Sertima, you know what I'm saying is if they came and had him in a dress.
That's what angers me about you. That's what angers me about you.
Right. He's speaking of these
You
people.
know this
It's
information,
crazy.
and you
You
sitting
know
up
these
here talking
people
that
and
shit.
still
Say,
speak Islam.
why are you
Man,
offended by these
please.
people? They're not the father.
You're not
And you're,
listening.
well, you know, they look like me.
You clutching
reason.
onto
One
that
at a time.
Quran.
One at a time, guys. One at a time, please.
That's what I'm saying.
You've been talking for a while. Can I talk for a second?
He can't hold his composure in order to listen to the response.
Hey, man, I've
That's
been
the problem.
holding it for a while. Now I want to say something.
Hold on, verbalizer. Because Samaritan had their hand up. And I got you
You
next,
asked me.
verbalizer.
Now, responding to you.
Okay, go.
You asked me a question, I was responding to you. So therefore, when I ask you a question and you respond, I'll keep quiet until you
Don't bother me. Don't bother gifting me, guys. Send the cash app better, because the gifting doesn't go to me. That's free money y'all giving Bigo. That shit pissing me off. I'm real shit. So I'm just saying. But good,
I don't agree with everything. I agree with everything you said. I'll be wanting to jump in and say something.
Kill and maim and murder people in the name of Allah. We've also seen them kill Malcolm X because he was disrespectful to
Elijah Muhammad.
Elijah Muhammad. But I got a question though. How many white supremacists have the Muslims killed in America? How many Zimmermans have they killed? Why is it so easy for the Muslims to kill Malcolm X, but they won't attack the white?
They haven't done
That's a good question.
anything because they work in cahoots with them because they are actually white. Because Muhammad was shown to be white skinned and red haired. If I'm not mistaken, brother GT can correct me if I'm wrong. Is that correct?
That
No,
Elijah Muhammad. That Farrakhan was them.
But the thing about it is that they share some of the same views. Don't you remember when Muhammad Ali, he spoke at that Klan rally? They were cheering the things that he was saying is because they share some of the same views.
Oh my God, we got to get to the nitty gritty.
Say, I raised my hand.
Oh, go ahead, brother.
Like I was saying before, Dr. Ben says, how can you be so good over an image that doesn't look like you? And that's what I meant by this information and you just fighting it. And that's your problem, elder. Like I said, man, the jig's up. We're not passing that rhetoric on to the younger generation. And like I said, man, you should be proud of us.
That's
not sitting here telling us that shit you're talking about.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. Let's be fair to Box 3. She did have her hands up like 20 minutes.
Well, I'm done. That was all I wanted to say.
No, you're good. I just go ahead, Samir.
I was just, wondering if he was ever going to answer my question.
Shoot. What was that question?
About, which one is it? Is it Muhammad, the Quran, or Islam?
Oh, shit. So the question she asked was, who do they bow down to? Who has the men on their knees? Is it Muhammad, the Quran, or what was the one?
Muhammad, the Quran, or Islam?
Well, Muslims only bow down to Allah, so they only bow down to the Creator. All that other stuff you're talking about, I have no idea what you're talking about.
First of all,
so how many times a day are they
pause.
required to get on any?
Woman is life. Woman is life. I've never said that. Who girl did I say was ugly? I think I know who you are. Oh, okay, I know who you are. I think your name starts with a G, right? You're muted. Keep going. Stop being a hater. Whew, Lord have mercy. All right, so let's continue. Go ahead, Samir. My screen is acting up, so it looks like I think Grand Verbalizer dropped and a couple people dropped, but I can't see who else didn't drop. But so yeah, G Money, which one has the men under? I don't get that question at all, but maybe you could figure it out, G Money. Which one has the men on their knees?
I don't get it. All I'm saying is Muslims.
So how many
Muslims
times do you have to get on your knees?
Muslims don't bow down to men. They only bow down to the
sister.
5 times. When you pray 5 times a day, you're praying 5 times to the Creator, not to a man.
Okay, that's sexy. Thank you.
Oh,
yeah, you're a fucking asshole, man.
She's going for the jugular, brother.
She's sexy.
Yeah, she's funny. He's hilarious.
It's the sarcasm, bro. Now you know that will get your head cut off. By the way, the Muslim country, shit like that.
That shit right there.
See, now that's what I can see, but brother G Money, I think is this G Money, brother? GT?
Yeah, this G Money.
Oh, how you doing, G Money? You know Redeemer.
Redeemer
The
Khan.
thing is that Redeemer Khan right now, brother. And are you I know you're not offended, brother. Do you think that this is an offense what brother Redeemer Khan is doing?
No, that's why I said back in the 80s and the 90s when I was with Farrakhan, I said you would have had problems because I was with Farrakhan. But what I'm saying is now I'm not with the nation.
Dad, I knew you was gonna laugh when I asked that. I knew you was gonna laugh. Go ahead.
Oh shit.
Brother,
Cam up, man. Please, let me see your face and say that shit again. You was with Farrakhan, bro. Please cam up and say that. It was funny. It was funny enough without you being cammed up. Just cam. I'm gonna get your picture, bro. You earned a follow.
Well, the thing is too that I understand this, but this is kind of a new age, and you did say this.
Let me tell you, Farrakhan is not all that bad. I do this to a lot
He
of
is
these.
not.
Hey, make him cam up. He said he rolled with the minister.
How about you? No, that's not what he said. He said when I was with the minister. He definitely
Man,
he's not lying about that.
Shit.
Okay,
that
sir. Hey, we've seen you cam up already. Can you cam down and shut the fuck up? Like, what the hell does this have to do with the conference?
I'm sorry.
Lord have mercy. Don't be sorry, nigga. Be better.
That was a left hook.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, Islam as itself, as Islam is, I think that she had a great point, Sumerian, because Islam, all three of those things are used to put a certain demographic on their knees because those people were in the business of slavery of all types and creeds and kinds, and every type of atrocity that is done today is actually made from the religious quality that was Islam, taking it and using it as a weapon against the people and telling them that they bow to Allah, but the nation is bowing to Satan. They don't understand that obstacle because they have to live in these places and have a job and deal with certain things that they have to deal with other than their family to make ends meet. They're not hunting anymore. They're not gathering. They're not planting anything anymore. Everyone doesn't have that aspect because we don't have community in this country. But maybe these Arabs do. And that is the difference between us and them. We are scattered all over the world, but not together as one, as these nations that are dominating us. They have unity. We lack unity. That's all I have to say.
Let me tell you that you're false in what you're saying is about praying or bowing down or Islam. You're sounding like Islam was the one that instituted slavery and then promoted it.
Yes,
and then
yes, it did, brother.
That wasn't the case. So therefore, like I said before, the institution of slavery happened even before the Prophet Muhammad. So you can't say that the Arabs came and took hold of it and had a monopoly on slavery and then permeated throughout the world. That's not the case. Now, did they invade Africa? Yes, they did invade Africa, but they did take Africa by the sword to force people to.
G money. Come on, man. There's too many historical documents. These people enslaved Africans, brother.
Listen, they enslaved Africa, but they did not force Islam on them.
When you enslave somebody, you force everything on them. What the fuck, man?
Those people accepted.
Wait, brother. Hold on now.
Objection.
G Money. Hold on now. G Money is correct. He said earlier that they didn't want them to become Muslim because they would have to release them.
Exactly. True.
So therefore, it's economics.
They become Muslim. The only time this happened,
profit is economics.
One at a time, guys.
Yo, y'all talking at the same time. What the fuck?
I'm sorry, G Money. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
So what I'm saying is the only time when you say accept Islam or die is when the Muslims, they were fighting their own people. And this is when you had the term accept Islam or die. That was then. But what I'm saying is when they conquered other nations, it wasn't so much as accept Islam or die. It was the fact that they were conquering African countries. And they only went as far as the Sudan. That's as far as they went. They didn't go no farther than that. But the idea of them forcing Islam upon those people, that is a false narrative. The way those people accepted by the actions of those Muslims, when like I'll give you an example. Through the slave trade of the Sahara Desert, through all this slave trade, even in Morocco, they were amazed at how when it was time for prayer, the Muslims would leave all of their merchandise and they would go off and pray. And they would ask them, they say, listen, don't you know we could just stole your stuff? And they said, no, our God is more important than this merchandise you see here. And by that action, they accepted Islam.
Now that is powerful, brother. But one thing I want to say, hold on, brother. Let me just say this. My hand was raised before yours, brother.
That is a lie.
Wait, brother. G Money, you cannot say that is true because Islam says that they are the slaves of Allah. Don't they say that?
Yes.
Let me get a word.
Yes, they do, brother, because that is the main crux of what we're talking about. It is embedded in the religious faction that it's made for slavery. You don't become a child of God or a adult of God or a God itself. You become a slave of God. That is a different form that is given to people that were slaves to have faith. Because the sultans and other things had other beliefs wrapped around that one belief to make that belief what it is today. Just as the Catholics took a whole bunch of pagan aspects, all Odysseys they put in one book and made it into the Bible, or even before that. Go ahead.
Okay, now listen. G Money do the same thing Redeemer Khan does. Like when you switch your voice, you know when you switch your voice, people are more susceptible to listen to you. It's kind of like when your grandma talked to you and she turns her, you say, hey, what's up, baby? That's how grandma get her way. Like when you turn into Redeemer Khan, see G Money, he talks with that voice and it makes it sound like he's knowledgeable. But either he's a COINTELPRO agent or he just a goddamn fool. Do you got any pictures with yourself and the Minister Louis Farrakhan?
He already said he does. I mean, what's the big deal? What does that matter?
Yeah.
He like to bring up points that don't matter. That's irrelevant. He likes to bring up something that ain't even about the conversation.
Y'all can proceed. That's all I want to say.
That's what you wanted to cut it for?
Thank you very much.
For that?
Thank you very much.
You, brother. Thank you for your hate.
He sound
that
like
you
your
are hating
boy
on me,
off
brother.
West Side Story, the motherfucking principal. He got that voice like
all right.
West Side
All right, buddy. Okay. All right. We got it.
This is crazy.
All right. Now, so G Money. Why do you play these games with us, man? Well, we're clearly intelligent in here, as so are you. Why do you play games with us? Something like, when they saw them leave their merchandise and went to go pray, they fucking enslaved you and invaded your fucking country. You mean to tell me you looked at your enslaver and your captor who invaded your country, had your peoples in chains, enslaved your motherfucking ass, and said, oh, I want to be like them. They're so righteous people. They're just outstanding citizens, you know? I wonder who they're praying to. And I'm just going to voluntarily give up my culture of thousands of years just to, believe in your shit because you're so righteous. Really, sir?
That is fucking retarded. Like you didn't have Islam go into Africa.
G Money, at worst you're lying, and at best it's called. At worst you're lying. My bad, dope.
It's not a lie.
At worst you're lying, and at best it's called motherfucking Stockholm syndrome. Okay, buddy. It's either you're lying or Stockholm syndrome. But get the fuck out of here.
That's not
Go ahead, dope. Go ahead, dope.
No, it's the fact that we know, like, Islam took over parts of Africa. Then you have your Islamic Moors that had a deal with the indigenous Africans and the Ashkenazi Jewish people during the slave trade. They came together. They went to the Islamic Moors. The Ashkenazi Jewish people went to the Islamic Moors. They were like, "Look, if you help me capture these people, I will I will give you this." So the Islamic Moors went to the fucking indigenous Africans, capture some people for me. You know what I'm saying? Bring them back. I will give you something for that. Like, you can't tell me Islam did not fuck up in Africa. It was like a three-tier system that they did. They
Hey,
enslaved people, even their
And they
own people.
still do that today, brother. It's still going
listen,
on
the thing
today.
is what the stuff that don't I already said that. I said that there is no, I said that there's no, yes, they did go invade and they did enslave. The thing what I said was that they did not force Islam upon those people. Listen, you can disagree with me all you want to. Just go back and check the history. The history probably you got books out there that will say the same thing that you're thinking. Well, yeah, since and this is what happens when a nation invades another nation. Usually those people who are enslaved, they adopt or they are made to follow the religion of the people who conquered them. But that didn't
Right.
happen in the.
Exactly.
I'll give
How
you a
did
perfect
it
example.
not happen if you
Perfect
have
example.
more African American and African
So
Yo,
people in
now,
Islam
listen,
now we're
we
gonna
know,
get
than ever
very
before?
controversial,
no,
brother, because now we're gonna
you
have
want
to bring out
some
the
decorum.
Shiite aspect
Can
of
you have
Islam.
some decorum? Like, listen, I
Brother,
was quiet. Both of y'all was talking.
I'm
It
sorry,
seemed like
brother.
y'all can't hold
I
on a
thought you were
conversation or
done.
a dialogue. Y'all can't hold y'all composure for something.
I'm
Listen,
sorry,
if what
brother.
I'm saying is wrong, then you have every right to refute it. That's why I can sit quiet and listen to all y'all rhetoric, because I know I can refute it and rebuttal it because
Yes,
it's
sir.
nonsense.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, brother. Yes, sir.
I'll
Forgive
give
me.
you an example. When the Mongols invaded Baghdad, usually back then the conqueror who was conquering the land, the people who were indigenous, who were subjected to that conqueror, they would accept the way of life or the religion of the person that they were conquered by. This didn't happen in the Mongols' case. When they invaded Baghdad and they sacked Baghdad, they accepted the religion of the people who they subdued. They became Muslims. So what I'm saying is that Islam was not spread by the sword. If Islam was spread by the sword, tell me how did in Malaysia and in India, how you got that the largest Muslim community over there, and there were no Muslims that went over there? Can anybody explain that? You can't. You need to do some more research
You asked
before
the
you start
question.
talking.
Okay,
Because
so we know this
Can I
Western
can I
world.
answer what he
It's
said? Can I
majority.
answer what he said?
It's majority. This Western world is completely Christian, right?
Can I please answer G Money question?
Most of our people, who are locked up or in prison convert into Islam. Okay, they convert
what
into Islam.
Christ a team?
Exactly.
Give
Let
that
me
brother a
answer the
clap button.
question.
What are you
Let me
talking about?
answer the question. Let me answer G Money question. G Money. What the Muslims did was they went around the world taking out the oppressor. If you was being oppressed, the Muslims came and took out the oppressor and freed the people that was oppressed.
They
That's
did
what
work with the oppressor.
That's what it was always about. It's about profit.
They
Human
didn't
bodies
work
are
with them.
more valuable than any source of mineral we have on this earth. If you can control the human body and the
so when the
energy that it
Muslims
makes,
came,
you can
and
you
so
can
when the hold on,
control the
Redeemer,
world.
you
That's why they
great.
use Islam to manufacture people, put them through a refining process. Well, they will go into Islam and love to love the particular God in this fashion, but it also identifies with your nation because these people also had Muhammad. So it's like it's a whole structure. It's bigger than just religion. It has morally like Sumerian said, mostly all those parts are all part to grab your mind from the outside in, not the inside out.
Not
Okay,
the
Redeemer.
inside out. That's true.
Redeemer.
I
Okay, hold
agree
on, Redeemer.
100%.
Hold on. Okay, now what happened was whenever people was being oppressed, what the Muslims would do is they would come through, take out the oppressor. Now, when they took out the oppressor, the people that was oppressed would be like, "Oh, thank you, thank you. We want to be Muslims too." That's how that went. And to speak on what y'all was saying about Africa, um, Africans descended into chaos, and that's how the white man. Because how did they fall into chaos? Is because they was fighting amongst themselves, and then that's when the European came in and took over certain parts of Africa, and
That is
so
not
Which,
true.
which
because
way? Hold
That
on.
is
I'm about
not.
Which
That is
European are you
not
talking
true.
about? Are you talking about black
Man, can I
European?
please speak? What I listen, y'all don't like when I talk over y'all
No,
and
I
all
thought you were
this and
done,
that.
brother.
Okay, now, okay, no, don't. You clearly heard number nine start screaming over me.
Oh,
So, like I was saying,
excuse me,
so
brother.
like I was saying, ultimately, African people fell into chaos. How did they fall into chaos? They was fighting amongst themselves. And so
No,
that's
they
what
was traveling different
that's
places.
That
Okay,
is not
okay.
true.
you got to give heed to the word of the Lord, bruh, or you gonna suffer. See, you got lack of certainties. Y'all relax. The Most High is gonna have provision and our daily bread, right, in prayer. Like He took His disciples how to pray, our daily
Mm-hmm.
bread. Okay, so
Okay.
it's an act of providing, which is a supplication for use. So He
Now,
supplied
bro,
us
can I
with
talk
food,
now
shelter,
without you
Brother
screaming
saying,
over
and
me?
all
okay,
that
you
being
just
Hey,
you
done.
you
hey,
just
cool
you're
Haitian,
just
can I get
reading
a
you're just
mute on
reading
box
something
number
right
five,
now. I
box
don't want
number
to hear what
nine,
you have
bro?
to
Because
say.
they just want to scream over a nigga.
Well, the Lord set it up
Can I
anyway.
get a mute, cool Haitian? Since they
So
won't let me speak, can I please get a mute? As
that's
I was
been times
saying,
where
Yes, sorry.
can I get a mute?
I just want to say
Hold
this real quick.
on.
Grand Verbalizer will
Can
call
I
you a
get a
lot.
mute?
Grand Verbalizer say
Can
you
I
lying.
get a mute? Can I get a mute?
can you give
Okay, as I was
substance?
saying, as I was
Can you give
saying,
blessings?
as I
Like
was saying, ultimately, the Africans fell into chaos. They were fighting amongst themselves. The white man came in and took advantage of that. The Arab came down and helped the African kick the white man's ass. And now,
That is
when it
not
came to
true.
the Africans, when out of Africa.
nevertheless, they're gonna be
Hey, where you
delivered.
at, Grand Verbalizer? Go ahead and tell them that's not true.
It had nothing.
What you mean
It
lying?
had nothing to do
That's not
with.
been
Look,
true for
I'm
5 years.
handling
the
something. Oh, by
thing
the way, dope.
is,
Good
these
looking out. I
tribes
appreciate you, bro. Um,
you have
but I
your
was handling
tribal
something.
Africans. Like, I mean, just like in any other parts of the world, you have your tribal Africans, you have your nomadic Africans, you have all types of Africans, and they respected each other's territory. Don't come here, we won't fool with you.
And how did the
That's what
white
was
man
going
get into
on.
Africa?
And to hold
How
on, be
did a small
quiet.
group of white
So
people
listen,
take over
because
Africa then?
they hold on,
Brother, can
exactly.
you respect the
Listen,
brother's time, please, brother?
He didn't respect my
Thank you.
time. How did, and I'm
okay,
asking you a question. I'm asking you a
Yes, he
question.
did, brother.
How
He
did the
didn't
white
say
man get
anything, brother.
inside of Africa? How did the white
Your
man,
time is endless when you
if
speak,
you
brother.
not
he
Can we
got
give it
if
to
into
you're
him,
not
brother?
gonna
Africa
leave
because
Africa,
he got
how
into
did the white
Africa
man get into
because you got
Africa?
to understand he got into Africa because you got to understand the Moors and these Islamic Moors, okay, they converted into Islam and they made deals with the white man, okay. That's how they got into Africa. That's how they were able to encroach on the land of Africa because the Moors. allowed them to come into
Who
Africa
conquered
to take
Europe?
what
Who
they need.
conquered Europe? Did the Africans conquer Europe or did the Moors conquer Europe?
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm very serious. I'm dead serious. Who conquered Europe? The Africans or the Moors?
You know who the Moors are, right?
Who conquered that? Oh, who
Jakes
conquered
that
Europe?
woke up to like Islam, but they didn't know about Yahweh like type shit. They didn't know about they were no Hebrew Israelites. They was like Jakes that
I'm
turned.
asking
They
you,
knew about
who
Islam
conquered
and shit back in
Spain?
the day. Like
Who
not
Who
Christian,
who
not
did
conquered
they
Brother,
Spain?
white.
fight
they
with?
had to know about Yahweh
They're,
to
they're,
have the Quran, brother.
Yeah, the Quran.
who
Yeah,
who
yeah. They got their
conquered
So,
hands on the
brother,
Spain?
Quran and
it's
they
in the
kind of
The
order.
enlightened
It's
us
the
people
back on.
Jew.
already
It's
in
the Old
Spain.
Testament,
Okay,
New Testament, then the
Who
Quran.
conquered Spain? Can you answer that question? Was it the Africans or
the,
was it
the,
the Moors?
who conquered Spain? The Moors were already. They had a connection to Spain.
Okay, who conquered Spain? Did the Africans
Okay,
conquer Spain?
the white man, just like he conquered every other
Can you
piece of
answer the
land that he
question,
encroached
please?
on. I just
Can I? If
did.
this is, oh, bro, did
But
did the
okay, now wait,
Africans conquer
hold on.
Europe
I'll
or
give
did
you
the
an
Moors
answer
conquer Europe?
and something you might not know because there's been a double cross going on with that story. There is a double cross because in history, somebody double crossed somebody else and made an agreement that these things will go on to keep a certain type of monopoly going when it came down to the uh, uh, birth of wealth that they achieved with
Exactly.
moving bodies. So
Can y'all,
it's
Redeemer, who conquered Europe, the Africans or the Moors?
The Moors.
you, the
What?
the
Okay, so
Okay,
okay.
if
but
an
No,
how
People
was
African,
they?
say
no,
If
wait,
they
compare
was,
when
no.
you say
if
an
they
Africans
was
African,
and the
in
Moors.
cahoots with the white man, then how did they conquer them?
The Moors originate from fucking Africa,
So
bro.
like, what
They're
does that mean?
African.
That's a
the Moors
oxymoron.
are
I don't
everywhere.
know,
That's a mindset,
brother.
bro. That's not even a African thing.
Moors
Like
or
They are
Muslims?
Moors was in
African.
Moors
Europe.
or
That's
Muslims,
Where
how
is
they
bro?
had
Muslim? Where
statues
is the
there.
Muslim place, brother? That is still
Because
in the
once you
continent
turn
of
a Moor,
Africa,
you get enlightened, so you know about horses. So you probably
No,
travel. You probably be in.
Moors were
brother.
You could be
come
in South
from
America or be in.
Morocco, which is in northern Africa. Do we have to
That
pull up
was
a map
the
up for
Islamic
this?
Empire.
Oh,
No,
brother,
I'm
you are
That's if
asking
you
you.
think
playing, brother.
carnally
We
about
trying to
it.
You
If you
build,
would think
brother.
about the
know
map,
when
you
I
ain't
say
hearing.
something, then I hey man,
See, the United
feed your
States,
dad
it
a couple
stopped
of
supplying Ukraine with weapons. Okay, so shit is heating up right now. Y'all know this is just the Lord's prophecy, putting everything into place for the so-called white man to destroy
You
himself
are exactly right,
and
my brother.
Babylon the
It's the
Great.
Lord's
This shit gonna
prophecy. But
wind
look
up
at
and
what you
destroy
said, brother.
itself.
Wait a
Quit
minute,
thinking
hold
about
on.
it.
What did you say? You said the Lord's prophecy. Do you know what a Lord is? That's someone that governs over
Man, I'm
you.
talking about
It is
Redeemer.
that
contractors and
prophecy
military.
that is gonna
I'm
be
talking about
hitting the people
military
in a few
industrials,
minutes.
bro. Like
They can go and
biblical
put
curses.
laser beams
It's
in
the
the air,
same
make you
shit
think
for the
Jesus
prophecy.
came and fell from the
Esau
sky,
is
and you will be
written,
fell
Jacob
victim
is
to them.
twin brother. The sons Isaac, Rebecca, they received blessings. So their father went to deceive their blessing, Father Isaac, right? All the blessings went to Jacob, the kingdom of heaven. Jacob, the father of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native
Oh
Americans,
no,
okay?
brother, no,
So
brother.
we've been blessed with the kingdom of heaven here on earth. All right. So basically, global denomination, okay, eternal rulership throughout the Lord Savior Yahweh Shai, right? The so-called white man or Esau, you
Hold
know,
on,
the
Malcolm.
so-called
Malcolm,
white
slow
man
down
descended
for a
from
minute.
Esau,
Malcolm, give me a break. Malcolm, give me a break.
they've
Check
been
this out.
blessed, all right, but their blessing was the sword, okay? Their
Okay.
blessing is the sword, and the sword can
Malcolm,
only be
can we
a
have a break?
destructive
Can I
device,
ask you,
okay? In
Malcolm? Hold
modern
on, you
That's
day,
right.
missing something, Malcolm.
that's
You
like a
missing
gun,
something.
Right.
a missile,
That's right.
right? A
Right.
bomb,
Malcolm, you missing
Right.
right?
something. Hold on.
So
Hold
Right.
on,
there's a lot
Malcolm.
of chemical warfare as well. So you know they got poison, and these jakes out here mandating all over the world. Okay, you know, which is
Malcolm.
also
You
Hold on,
just kind of
Malcolm,
bouncing
the whole
around,
point
bro.
was this, Malcolm,
It's
is that
Esau's
Dope,
history.
hold
You know
on,
his
Malcolm,
witchcraft.
Malcolm, hold on. The whole point was Dope was saying that the Moors gave up Africa to the white man. Because I
No, you
asked him,
misheard what I said.
bro, I say here, but listen, again, the question that I asked was how did a small group of white people take over certain parts of Africa? You said, well, the Moors let them in, but you're contradicted by the historical record that says that the Moors were in an intense fight with the white man. The Moors was
Yeah.
the
Okay,
ones
Yeah.
who
so
kicked them
every
out of
point in
Africa.
time in history where a piece of land has let the white man
Can I
in,
please
they
finish
took
the
over
statement
it. This is
before
a
you
known
respond?
fact.
Can I please? Because I'm responding to what you said. Because I listened to you, bro. When I asked the question, I said, how did a small group of white people get inside of Africa? You
The
said,
same way they got
can I
into the
please finish the
Western
statement?
world,
Would you please mute Dope so I can
same
talk?
way they got
Bro,
The
into
blessing of
again,
the
Egypt.
bro.
Father, bro.
Hold on,
Esau
bro.
wept and he
Hold
lifted his
on,
voice.
man, Malcolm, hold on, Malcolm. I'm trying to
Go ahead,
take
bro. I'm waiting
down
on you,
Dope.
bro.
Okay,
I
well,
got a
he
lot to
won't.
give.
Both of y'all keep interrupting me, bro. Again, I asked Dope. I said, how did a small group of white people get inside
They
Africa?
can travel
He said,
abroad.
hold on, bro. Goddamn, bro. Can I please fucking say this shit, bro? You just talked for 6 minutes straight, bro. Again, I asked Dope. I said, how did a small group of white people take over Africa? He said, well, the Moors let them in. But he's contradicted by history because the Moors were the ones who kicked the white man out of Africa. Then they went and conquered Europe. So, Dope, what you got to say about that?
I didn't.
Well,
You just misheard what I said. They conquered the same way they conquered any other piece
So
of
now
land
you
that they
taking
ever
and
away
it went
from
encroached
back
on.
and
what
forth
Adolf
for
Hitler
a long
said.
time,
This is
brother.
what Adolf Hitler
Brother
said.
God Energy brought forth that information on Bingo a long time ago with his understanding of what happened to where the white people come from. Where he made a presentation that showed that most of them are people from India. They look more of the phenotype of white people. They're albino white people. It's crazy. From albino Indian people that look white. They look so white, in fact, that you couldn't tell the difference if they were Irish or any other type of color. It's very odd that if you maybe mix all these albino types with different, you know, generations